All right, everybody, we're back, and we're sitting in again with Lady Mia Turner, daughter of Ike and Tina Turner. Mia, why don't you pick right up where you left off? Um,
Okay, where did I? No, I'm kidding.
oh, well, I can bring you right there because that was such a moving moment where you actually watched the scene and you called
Yeah,
your aunties and you were like, okay, what's going on? And you even called Ike, your dad, and said, okay, what's going on? What happened? All
right.
right.
And of course, I'm the little one, but I wasn't little then. I was 21 years old, and but still, is that protection of Mia? And I told everybody, don't lie to me. What's the real deal? And everyone that had seen the movie said the same thing. They go, we know which one's really bothering you, Mia. And I said, which one? How do you know? They said it was the rape scene. I said, yes. What's the deal with that? I said, first of all, why would daddy have to do that to anybody? But then, if people would read what her book specifically says, it felt like I was being raped. I was not actually raped. Now, the reason I stated that way, because as a survivor, as a person who has been raped, gang raped by 6 men, I know what it feels like to be raped. And I had a boyfriend afterwards, when he was drunk, would have sex with me, and it felt like I was being raped because I was so detached. So there's a difference, and a lot of people don't understand that. And I still got in my daddy's right in this area with him, because I'm like, how could you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And
What did
no,
he
I'm not.
say? And what did he say?
He Well, it wasn't nothing like that. You not. I literally fired back. You were high. Not condoning that, because being on any substance doesn't condone any aggressive behavior. I
Mm-hmm.
don't, it doesn't, no, you can't use that excuse with me. And then he came back and he goes, Mia, only thing I can tell you, baby, is that I'm sorry. And I said, well, you can apologize to me, but you need to apologize to Tina for anything that ever transpired. And at this point, I wasn't ready to cope with what actually happened, whether it was the slapping, the hitting. I wasn't ready to deal with that. So I didn't focus on that. I focused on that one part
Mm-hmm. And
until. Hmm.
I want to just kind of interject here for a minute.
Absolutely.
To say that, well, first of all, were you able to show that part, Nick? Okay, so what we put up on the screen that you can't see is the
Hmm.
actual excerpt from the book that
Hmm.
where she states, where Tina states, I felt as if I was being raped. And so
Hmm.
she actually put that in her book. So I just wanted to share
Correct.
that with the Variety Talk family to let everyone know that your statement is accurate and valid in the respect that you're even basically quoting Tina. And
Correct. Correct.
and also what I'd like to do, and I too am not advocating
Right.
violence, domestic violence
No, no, not
whatsoever.
at all.
Uh, I am and again, we said this at the beginning of our very first conversation. This isn't about bringing down Tina; it's
Not at
bringing
all.
up Ike, in the respect that he was still a human being. We cannot condone his behavior, but he has been tried and sentenced for rape because of the film. And
Correct.
so that was something that was so devastating to you as his daughter
Right.
that
Right.
you wanted to at least get that aspect of it correct to say, well, he didn't rape her. But
Absolutely.
okay.
Uh, I just want to interject one more thing. Now, it has been stated as well by Tina that when she signed off with the company that did, I'm not going to mention their names. When she signed off, the movie was scripted by her book. After she signed off, it was the way she wanted it. But to increase sales, increase the audience, they tweaked several scenes in that, not several scenes, quite a few scenes in that movie to sell to the public. That's why I call it Hollywood, not the truth. That's why I'm making this dance 20 plus years later to come forth and go, enough of this. The truth needs to be told. And
Well,
that's why I'm here.
and particularly because these African American films are becoming classics. I mean, we just had on Hawthorne James from Robert Townsend's movie, which I found out is a classic. And it's 30 years later, and The Five Heartbeats is still playing for African American families. So, I mean, you can turn on almost any cable channel and get What's Love Got to Do
I've
with
got to do with it. Exactly.
And you can find it anywhere. So, with that being said, and you being the direct bloodline, and that is your dad, that's your heart, he was your heart. If it were my dad, I would probably try to do the same thing if I knew that to be the truth. We're going to take another station break. You're watching Variety Talk live from Las Vegas. I'm your host, Linda Leak. We're sitting in with Lady Mia Turner. We'll be right back.